Hello everyone, my name's Mike from Fens Falconry. Thanks for watching our first video so far. This is Lester coming in now, and we are going through a bit of a hard time. If anybody watches the news, you'll know that, with various viruses and whatnot. And for anyone that works in the animal world, or any leisure or hotel work, we're being a bit hit financially, and also it's a little bit dull not having you guys here with us to share our birds with and have an experience with us. But nevertheless, we're going to make the best of a bad situation, and we are going to give you about a 15-minute look at some of our birds. We're going to fly 3 for you. We've taken the birds out for the day, which we do every now and then. We do a lot of shows in the summer, and so it's always nice to give the birds a bit of a practice at going away from home, because we've got some nice environment here. The sun's just really popped out. A nice environment to fly in, lots of trees, lots of perches, lots of posts for the birds. But it is a bit different when you're going away to a game fair where you might have fairground rides, etc. So we take them out to a few different locations that we have, just to give them a bit of a different view. So we're going to go there now. I think it's probably going to be quite muddy there, and it is, as you can hear, quite windy as well. So bear with that. So the first bird that we're going to show you is Typhoon. Now she is a common or a European kestrel, and although they are the 3rd most common bird of prey in the UK, a diurnal bird of prey anyway, they aren't particularly well understood in the general public. They do an awful lot of work when they're out there hovering, and Typhoon here demonstrating that absolutely beautifully. They are in the wind, they're flying at the same speed as the wind, into the wind, really utilising the natural environments out there, and they are doing a lot more than we expect. They're flying, they're hunting, they're looking for rodents, but they're also trying to avoid anything that might hurt them. Red kites, domestic cats, lorries, etc. And then once they've spotted their prey, they will dive down upon it, and hopefully they can manage to find something. Typhoon here hovering really low and then down on the ground to catch her food. Now we're using a lure that's a nice imitation of prey today. She's got some magpie wings, although typically they wouldn't be bird hunters. They would normally be catching your rodents, but that doesn't necessarily mean that she wouldn't catch birds, because although a rodent hunter, every bird of prey is going to take every opportunity, and they're definitely going to catch one if it flies around in front of them. The same as that would catch mayflies erupting from rivers, or if she happens to be down on the ground and a worm popped itself up, she's also going to go and eat that for her tea. So another bird we have here is Galapagos. He's a young Tersel peregrine falcon, Tersel being a male, and he is wearing a hood at the moment, and that's to keep him hoodwinked, so that everything is out of sight and out of mind. It's used traditionally, if we were to be hunting this bird, we'd be going out into the moors, and we don't really want him wasting all of his energy chasing
or trying to chase anything he saw. So we'd hood him, keep him nice and calm, keep him nice and quiet. Same as a towel over a parrot's cage at night or blinkers on a horse. So that's just to keep him calm whilst we're ready to fly. He's got a little bit of leather equipment on his legs just so that we can keep hold of him, and he has a bell so that we can hear where he's coming from. And then most importantly, just up on his back here, he has a tracking device which we call telemetry, and it sits very simply on a backpack, same as you or I would wear, and it just keeps him, being nosy there, just keeps him nice and safe. It tells us how far to walk and which direction to go in, just in case the worst should happen and a car backfires or something else frightens him. So we're going to get Galapagos flown, and then we'll be back with another bird. Because conditions aren't particularly great today, and I know I've got some much better footage of Galapagos flying from back in the summer to make you all jealous, we're going to do a nice little fancy cutscene to that now. So the next bird I've got to fly is Lester, who is sitting quite comfortably on the glove, and he is a red-tailed buzzard, or a red-tailed, if you want to be a bit more accurate. He is an American bird, so he's called a hawk out there, but we would typically call him a buzzard because that's what he is. He is a buzzard. He's scientifically related to our common buzzard that we would normally see soaring around. Now he's taken off in the wind, which is quite typical of him, and Ellen's over there just giving him a nice tidbit of beef, and then I'm going to be calling him back this way, if I can manage that with one hand. Just swap over, you might be able to see him in the distance, I don't know. But we'll do some quite nice long flights with buzzards. They are birds that would normally fly quite a long distance, and so they're quite able to do these nice long flights. There we go, he's coming in. I'll just spin you around. So nice struggle in the wind, flying into the wind, which is good for their exercise. Nice resistance training, and then a nice lovely little landing there. As I said, giving them a bit of beef, along with the various other bits of rabbit or quail or whatever else we happen to give them. And as I said, he is an American bird, so they would be out hunting similar things to us. His natural diet is sort of rabbits and the odd squirrel, and even things like bats, because although quite tricky to catch, buzzards are very, very opportunistic, and they're quite clever about the way they hunt. We don't like to call them lazy. You know, our common buzzards in this country will scavenge, and that's not lazy, it's opportunistic, you know. At the end of the day, it's much easier to catch something that's not running away from you than catch something that is. And so they're very, very clever about the way they go out and hunt. Okay. And so we do these nice long flights with them, depending on what the weather's doing and what buzzard species we have. We will get out and we'll do some nice soars with them. Today's a pretty dull day, as you can see. It's a bit miserable, so we can't really do too much flying with them. Well, I say that, we can do a decent amount of flying, but it's not always the most impressive stuff. But it's always important to give them some good exercise depending on the day and the time of year. Decided to go back the other way, which is fine. So I'm going to make it a bit easier for him. He's flying directly into the wind, which is a bit of a struggle for some of the birds, especially the smaller ones, but he is a relatively large bird, gets caught by the wind every now and then. So we'll make it a nice easy flight for him. Although he's flying directly into the camera, so he might not be particularly keen on it. We'll see. Seems to be coming. Nice gentle landing there. And you can see the way he landed with his feet. He is a raptor. Comes from the word to seize. They seize their food with their feet rather than with their beak. It's quite an important distinction because if you imagine if we called every bird out there that ate meat a bird of prey, then absolutely everything would be a bird of prey. Your blackbirds that dig up worms, kingfishers, herons, but importantly they catch their food with their beaks rather than Lester, who takes his food with his feet, which we will demonstrate again. There we go. So always with the feet, landed on that perch with his feet, grabbed hold of it and then took his head down to pick up that piece of meat. So they're very much raptors, tidying up after himself there. Got to keep your beak and your talons in good order. They are his tools of the trade, so to speak. So he's got to keep them nice and clean. Much easier flight going back the other way because he's got the wind up his tail to give him a bit of more propelling. And we'll head down and we'll finish him off with his nice main meal. So we always try and give the birds a few tidbits for each of their flights that they do, and then they'll get something worthwhile, because you know, a few little pieces of beef here and there isn't what they'd normally be catching in the wild. They'd be getting rabbits or squirrels, as I said. So we try and give them a nice main meal, and today he's got some rat, which is a particular favourite of most of the birds because it's full of energy, full of protein. It's quite easy to eat, and it's a very natural thing for them. So I definitely need 2 hands for this bit, so I'm going to cut you off. Okay guys, Lester's got his rat tucking into that quite nicely. I hope you've enjoyed watching those few birds and learnt something. That would be great. You can comment, you can ask questions, we'll happily answer those. If there's anything you'd like to see, we'll happily do that as well. Anybody that's eagle-eyed will notice that we are back at the centre. We're not out at our external location, and it is a different day, but we failed to film this bit yesterday, so Lester's having his rat now. I hope you've enjoyed. Please subscribe, and we will get some new videos up as soon as we can.